After many years of trading and journaling, lots of journaling, how much journaling exactly? I know, guess what? There's more.
In this video, I'm going to be showing you one powerful psychology trick that can improve your trading almost instantly. But before we get into it, remember to drop a thumbs up down below and subscribe to the channel, helping us on our way to 500 subscribers.
Expect to lose.
Now, while this may sound counterintuitive and a bit negative, applying this one trick can instantly improve your outlook and your reactions while trading live in the market. So the next time you take a live trade, or you are about to take a live trade, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and actually imagine yourself thinking and truly believing that this trade is going to be a loser. Expect it to be a loser. And once you do that, there's a myriad of psychological benefits that you immediately receive in that moment. And we're going to take a look at some of those now. So the first thing is, it helps get you comfortable with the idea of losing and with the idea of being a loser. That's right, I said it. Because I'm sure you've heard the cliche, the best traders are the best losers, right? But unfortunately, from an evolutionary perspective, human beings are programmed to think of losses as a terrible thing. And that's actually very easy to explain because to our ancestors, losing meant being dinner to a saber-toothed tiger or not being able to hunt down a woolly mammoth and dying of starvation or dying of environmental elements. We actually evolved to think of losing as synonymous with dying on a psychological level. Okay? But if you start to think of every trade as a loser, then you actually become more comfortable with the idea of losing trades. And what that does is it takes away the pain factor because never underestimate the extent to which our brains, highly developed, will go in order to avoid pain. In fact, a huge percentage of what you do on a daily basis as a regular adult are actually geared towards pain avoidance. So simply put, losing is an unavoidable part of life. That's not in question. What the question is how do you react to losing? That will make or break you, not just as a trader, but as an individual as well. Secondly, it helps ground you in proper risk management practices. Okay, think about this. How many times have you seen a setup forming and all the stars align only for you to lose the setup? Simply put, if you've ever over leveraged or if you've ever risked a huge percentage of your account on a trade, I don't care what you told yourself the reason was. The reason was you didn't think you could lose that trade. So expecting to lose every trade you go into is going to put a rein on your risk appetite or your extremities when it comes to risk management. And it's going to ensure that you treat every setup the same. Okay, it's easier to treat every setup the same when you think every setup will be a loser, no matter how good it looks, than it is when you actually have ways of defining A plus setups. And that's not to say you shouldn't have ways of defining A plus setups, especially if you're an experienced trader. Coming in at number 3, it helps you detach from outcome, which I don't need to tell you is very important as a trader. And once you're able to detach from outcome, then you can focus on what your job truly is as a trader, which is executing consistently and without flaw a proven, profitable, backtested strategy or system. That simple. Do that, and your trading results are going to improve exponentially. Okay, so once you think, again, try this the next time you're about to place a trade, or even before you place a trade. Notice how nervous you tend to get. Notice the thoughts that tend to run through your mind. Okay, be an observer of those thoughts. Don't get engaged, just observe and see how wild it is in there, right? But once you actually believe, this trade is going to be a loser, like every other trade, notice immediately how detached you are to the outcome of the trade. Okay, so I can go on and on about the many benefits of this trick, right? But I'm just going to say one more, which is it helps you reduce your chart time. Again, next time you place a live trade or even a demo trade, I don't really care. Next time you place a trade, I want you to think, I expect this trade to be a loser. And immediately you are going to realize how ridiculous and silly it is to actually sit in front of your chart and watch every single tick. At the end of the day, it won't even matter whether the trade plays out or not. You're going to feel god awful. And I'm sure this is something that a lot, if not every trader has experienced at some point before learning to give price the time and space it needs to breathe and do what it needs to do. It's important to note that just like anything in life, you can't take this to an extreme. Otherwise, it might actually prove to be counterproductive to you. So, as with everything, you should do this in moderation and in alignment with your personal trading and even life goals. If you've seen the video up to this point, thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe.